Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Apologies for not being there with you yesterday. I was traveling and had a wonderful experience. Like we were performing the Shiva Parvati Kalyanam. And it so happened that we have been discussing about the Nadi system now. And there was a question on what is Kundalini, right? And you know, there is some inner meaning in this Shiva Parvati Kalyanam, which eventually will lead us to understand the meaning of Kundalini and Kundalini awakening. Right? I'll be sharing with you as we progress. So before that, before we strike upon the aspects of Kundalini and Kundalini awakening, how it happens, we have to know where it happens, right? And that is why we were just discussing the topic on nadis. Okay, let me share. Astral tubes or the energy pathways are the flow channels which carry the prana shakti to various parts of our body all over. We have also seen that the Anahata Chakra has 101 important nadis. And it is also said that when the Atma leaves the physical body, when it happens through one of these tubes, one of these astral tubes, moksha happens, the liberation happens. And that is why the importance of this Anahata Vidya we perform. These astral tubes are to be unblocked. Okay. And the meditation we are doing will help us in cleaning the astral tubes. We have seen that this is the Merudanda. This is the microcosm we are talking about, this body. We are in the Kshudra Brahmandam. And on the, external side, on the outside, the huge universe, the Brahmanda we see, also has a Meru, the vertical axis through which it goes through the Mount Meru, they say. That is in the macrocosm. So a representation of the macrocosm is here in the microcosm. And this is the vertical axis of this microcosm of the Kshudra Brahmanda. This is to be understood as the vertical axis or the central system which is supporting this little Brahmanda, this little cosmic egg, or this Kshudra Brahmanda. This is the support system we have. Generally, we understand that this physical spine supports this physical body. That understanding is there everywhere. See how beautiful the name of this group is. Conscious Journey Within. As Guru always says, I'll push you from outside and pull you from inside. There is that internal pull which is taking us through all this. So we understand that this physical spine supports this physical body. So we are going further inward. What else is there inside the spine? So when we talk about the chakras and all, the chakras have to be imagined slightly along this contour, along the contour of this physical spine, a little backward here, somewhere like this. It has to be visualized here. Just a little on the back of the physical spine, we have to imagine all the chakras. So we were here. There are three main nadis, right? This one represented in white is the Ida Nadi. The one on the other side represented in red is the Pingala Nadi. When Parameshwaran sir is taking us through the Nadi, Shuddhi and Pranayama, these Nadis get cleansed. Okay? One for the inward breath and one for the outward breath. Usually, we use the Ida and Pingala Nadis for breathing. And now here you see the central channel, the central fine channel, which is called the Sushumna. Sushumna is the area where, or the pathway through which all this Kundalini awakening and others have, all the aspects of the Kundalini, they happen along this channel, the Sushumna channel. This Sushumna channel is closed for most of us. Nothing happens there. It's closed, happily closed, and we function through the Ida and Pingala. Okay, so when we understand what exactly the Sushumna is, we can shift our consciousness there. You see, when we throw light in a particular area, our attention goes there and things unblock. They unfold for us. So now let us shift our focus to the Sushumna Nadi, the central Nadi, which is running through all the chakras, all the Shat chakras, and leading us to the Sahasrara here, which is at the top. When I say Shat chakras, the Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi, and Ajna. And this is the ultimate state where all the yogis would dream of going there. And this, when this Kalyanam between Shiva Parvati is happening, the Pandits or Purohits, they say the bridegroom is waiting for the bride, and the bridegroom is mentioned as Nirakara, one who has no akara. Niramaya, no diseases, he is perfectly healthy. Nirguna, no gunas. Niranjana. So that is how the bridegroom is mentioned. And this beautiful bride is mentioned as, she's none other than the Kundalini Shakti. We will understand that. And the bridegroom is all dynamic, is coming to meet the bridegroom. The bride is coming to meet the bridegroom. That is how the whole the marriage ceremony between the God and goddess is performed. It has a lot of code in it for us to understand, It's not a physical ritual or physical thing which is happening. It leads us to some understanding, definitely. For me, it was a beautiful experience to sit through the ceremony yesterday. Between the celestial gods, they say, the celestials are none other than here Shiva, the ultimate consciousness, where there is no guna. Nothing. There is nothing here. And he's waiting for the bride, who's all dynamic. And she's coming all the way from here to meet the Lord. That is the very basic understanding of Kundalini awakening. So what exactly happens, as has been explained by the rishis, we will discuss later. Then we have seen that there is Ida Nadi here. Let us see what Ida Nadi is. Ida Nadi is pale like the moon. It has the qualities of the moon. Basically, all the feminine aspects. When we function through these nadis, basically, most of us, it means that either we are attached to the feminine aspects or to the masculine aspects, any one of these, or a mixture of these, but we are not above all these, right? So the Ida Nadi reflects or represents the feminine qualities in us. Usually there are both the qualities in a person. There are some masculine aspects, some feminine aspects, but usually some of them, they dominate in the person. Right? The feminine qualities, like usually how the women are all emotional. They have desires, a lot of desires. Having desires is a feminine quality again. It's cool. Oh, I'm sorry. This must be unstructured thinking. I'm sorry here. It must be unstructured thinking. They're introverted. So these are the representations of the Ida Nadi. And now the Pingala Nadi. Pingala Nadi has the qualities of sun. All the masculine qualities. There is heat inside. There is intense activity. strength. The thinking is very structured and organized, extroverted. These qualities these are the attributes of Pingala Nadi. Okay? One on either side of the Sushumna. Sushumna is the central Nadi. On either sides of the Sushumna are the Ida and Pingala. So these Ida Nadi is on the left, Pingala is on the right of us. Sushumna, Ida and Pingala. You see, Ida and Pingala, as you have seen, they are twining along the central Sushumna. They're just going like this. They're twining like this. So they form a knot. They're tied up at the base of the spine. And this knot we were referring to as the Brahma Grandhi. If you remember, in the previous classes, we were talking about the Brahma Grandhi. Is a knot, we said. So this reference to this knot is nothing but the Brahma Grandhi we were talking about earlier. So all these three nadis, both Ida and Pingala on either side of the Sushumna and the Sushumna, all these three are knotted at the base of the spine. And again at the Ajna Chakra, right? Just imagine they are tied up at the Ajna as well as at the base of the spine. So at the base of the spine, where these three nadis meet, it is called the Mukta Triveni. See, beautiful names were given to all these. See, they just remain within us, you know. The understanding remains within us. And here, I have listened to people refer to this as Triveni Sangamam. There, you know, where Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, they meet. They refer to this point, the Ajna, as the Triveni Sangamam, where all the qualities meet. That is what the inner understanding should be. Not the physical nadis meet, or the nadis meeting here, or not something physical. The inner understanding should be where all the qualities meet, right? All the gunas meet. And this is the nadi system. See this beautiful figure. This is the Sushumna Nadi, the central Nadi. We were talking about the Sushumna. Again, as we make a cross section of that, you just make a cross section, cut across. So this is how it looks. The Sushumna is not one. It has another Nadi. Another, you see, imagine a circle here. Inside that circle, there is another circle. There is another one. There is a third one here. See, there are concentric circles like this here. See, the outer one is the Sushumna Nadi, which is an astral tube again. Okay, this is an astral tube again. And interestingly, we will see that these astral tubes will lead us to certain aspects of our inner bodies again. The Sushumna is what the central channel is. Inside the Sushumna, there is a pink color one, a slightly pinkish one, that is called the Vajra Nadi. Vajra is very strong, very tough. And there, this is also called as Vajrani or Vajra. When a yogi is referring to this space, he is aspiring to acquire the qualities of this Nadi. That is to be understood. And then again, there is a small red one here with the letter C. That is the Chitrini Nadi. That is called the Chitra Nadi or Chitrini. Chitra, something very, very, very interesting. Like, and there is a central circle here. That is a central Nadi or the central space, the coremost or the innermost space, which is called the Brahma Nadi. So see here, the outermost concentric circle is the Sushumna Nadi, and the one inside is the Vajra Nadi. Again, inside the Vajra Nadi is the Chitrini, and inside the Chitrini is the Brahma Nadi. You can see here, Sushumna, Vajra. Vajra is leading us to some portion of our in the inside of the skull or the inside of the brain, you can say. Inside of the physical brain. It is taking us to some area here. And beyond that, Chitrani is taking us beyond. And Brahmanadi is taking us to the ultimate point, which is the Brahmarandra we were talking about. The whole inside, which is which connects us to the universe. That is the Brahmarandra. And eventually this Brahmanadi takes us to that point. So as the yogi shifts his prana shakti, now we are beyond breath by now, you know. The prana is different from the breath. Prana rides on the breath, we said. See, if it is only breath inside us, the ventilator would be sufficient to just create that pump in and pump out, whatever. The ventilator would be sufficient if it is only breath. There is something beyond the breath that we are talking about, which is the prana. If the prana leaves the body, it is gone. Everything is just snapped out. So we are referring to the prana shakti. And as the yogi shifts his prana shakti, or he activates the prana shakti, in the Sushumna, magic begins to happen. And gradually the yogi shifts his attention to the Vajranadi, and later further inside to the Chitranadi, and further inside to the Brahmanadi. That is where the awakening, the inner awakening happens. I hope I'm clear till here. So there is a nadi inside a nadi, right? Again, concentric circles. Inside the Sushumna is the Vajranadi, the space inside the Sushumna. A particular space is called the Vajranadi. And inside that space, there is an inner space again called the Chitranadi. And the innermost core is called the Brahmanadi. Nadi is again the innermost space, right? Initially we understand, then we try to shift our focus to these areas. Slowly things happen. And under no circumstances should things be hastened. You should not aspire for things to happen immediately or overnight. We relax, we understand. Slowly we try to shift our focus and allow things to happen as and when the timing is appropriate, as and when we are ready for the happening, the utmost or the ultimate happening. So unless we are ready, you know, these things, when they happen, they say people become mad. It is because as we rise above the experiences, we become calmer, we become quieter. The inner space becomes ready to accept the ultimate change or the ultimate manifestation. So all this requires some time and sadhana. So we just understand and wait, right? We just go ahead only with the sadhana. And let us try not to talk much about this. Just understand and internalize. So it needs some time for assimilation of all these ideas and all. It requires some time. So it's better that we don't discuss much. Just memorize it and allow it to sink in. So there is this Shat Chakra Nirupanam. Shat is 6 chakras we were discussing, the energy centers. Nirupanam is a sort of a proof. This text, ancient text, is in Sanskrit. And many great people have written commentaries for that, out of which the one by Purnananda Swami, somehow I could understand the fundamentals in an easy way. So I have picked up with an, anticipating that this would suit your requirement too. In the space outside the Meru, placed on the left and right are two siras. Sira is nadi. Sira means nadi, the flow channel. In the space outside the Meru, the central, on the left and right, there are two nadis. The Shashi and Mihira. Shashi is another name for moon. Shashi is another name for moon. Mihir is the sun. So all these texts usually, they don't say this is this. They don't give us the exact name or exact crisp understanding. They just subtly push us towards that direction. They push us in this direction. They'll tell you, see, there is a moon, there is a sun. They say, they help us understand in such a way. They don't say you just open this channel and this happens, right? It is not like that. It happens in a very slow fashion at the subtler level. So these things at the subtler level require enormous understanding and extraordinary patience. No hurry-burry, right? The Nadi Sushumna, whose substance has the threefold gunas, is in the middle. This is the Sushumna. We see the outermost Nadi. I've shown you with a central line, right? This Sushumna is in the form of moon, sun, and fire, they say. What does that mean? It has the qualities of moon, it has the qualities of sun, it has the qualities of fire. That is the meaning of it. And then here is a mention of the nadis and chakras, where initially before we land up in the area of Kundalini, which by itself people, sages, they work on the area of Kundalini for number of births, because they have to evolve through the process, right? So it takes number of births for many. Before that, we need to understand what these chakras are. That is why we have been discussing and introduced to the area of chakras. And then we are seeing the nadis, the meaning of nadis and how they look like. Meru is literally like a mountain, the central pole for the world. And they say this Meru, the central axis of this whole world, runs through Mount Kailash, is what they say, what elders say. Learned people say that the vertical axis of this whole world runs through the Kailash, Mount Kailash. That is the reason why it is very sacred for many religions also. Meru is a vertebral column. Meru Danda is it. Shashi and Mihira are the moon and sun, which represent the qualities of which are reflected in the Ida and Pingala nadis. Ida is on the left and Pingala is on the right. We have also discussed on gunas, right? The three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamo gunas. So Sushumna Nadi, the central Nadi, bears resemblance or has the qualities of all the Sattva, Rajas, and Tamo gunas. Okay. This we have seen. I'll be showing this over and over again so that the concept sinks in. The Sushumna is the outer layer. Vajra Nadi is within the Sushumna. Chitra Nadi is inside the Vajra or Vajrini. Brahma Nadi is the foremost or the centralmost. There is no more layers, right? The central channel is the Brahma Nadi, which takes us to the Brahmarandra. So Sushumna Nadi, Sushumna, as we say, it is the Sushumna Nadi, is a central space which represents an existence beyond the masculine and feminine aspects and a perception of the supreme reality. See, we were also discussing that there will be a shift in consciousness from the outer body consciousness, from the physical body consciousness to a subtler body consciousness, to the causal body and beyond. That is how this is happening, right? And now, when you are with the physical body, either you are attached to the feminine aspects or you are attached to the masculine aspects. It is really very, very, very difficult for one to go beyond these attachments with the, not only with the physical body, but with the aspects of this physical body. So this Sushumna will help us overcome these attachments. And that is why Ham and Ksham, the Agnya Chakra, 2 petals we see, Ham and Ksham. Ahamkaram and Mamakaram, they represent. Mamakaram is attachment. So when Mamakaram is attachment not only, in the previous sessions we discussed about attachment to the physical body. And now here it is driving our attention to our attachment with the qualities of this physical body, or the aspects, the attributes of this physical body, basically, or the inner behavior, inner attachment, which eventually it reflects as our outward behavior. So our attachment to the masculine and feminine aspects is a big hurdle. So when the yogi shifts his prana consciously, so he's performing his inward journey with utmost consciousness. He is shifting the prana into the Sushumna, where the bride has to travel in an upward direction. That is Kundalini. Kundalini has much more deeper meaning. We will discuss. So the bride has to travel all the way upward in the Sushumna to reach the bridegroom. Is the broader concept of Shiva Parvati Kalyanam. So there what happens? What happens? So what is this movement of this Prana Shakti in the Sushumna represent? It represents that our understanding, through our understanding, we are overcoming all these hurdles of attachments to various aspects. And here we become one. There is no quality here at all. Why masculine and feminine? No quality. Nirguna, Niranjana. When you have overcome the basic all attributes, qualities and all, you become one with the divine. That is the underlying principle. The nadis that were shown are philosophical constructs, or they also in some way conform to the modern medical understanding of the physical construct. Okay. Praveen. Okay. Thank you, Praveen. So we are just trying to go beyond the physical construct. The physical construct is the physical spine. Going beyond is going inside, right? Going beyond is trying to understand what is there inside and how that is working. So beyond the physical construct, even when we are talking about the nadi, we are trying to see it in a physical way. To visualize also, we should know how this is, right? So beyond that physical construct, that is what Praveen means, there is an inner understanding of what happens when one reaches the inner space, right? So I shall stop here. So I think at this point, any questions?
Asked us any questions on today's concept, and unmute and ask.
It takes a little time for the understanding to happen. Yeah. So maybe Ravali, we can hand it over to Parmeshwaran, sir.
Yeah.
I request you to take us forward, sir. Thank you.
OMkaram Nityam Gayandi Yoginaha Kamadam Mochadam Cheva OMkaraya Namo Namaha. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rajalakshmi Karo. So when we do pranayama, Ida Pingala minimum, alternative nostril, when we do, this is what we have been understanding. These two channels to be opened, at least. If you check your breath, exhale and you see the sparsha, you may be predominantly breathing through one side most of the time. You will not be breathing through both left and right, predominantly. So, physical level, what happens is, suppose you are using only the left nostril, which is the quality of moon, Chandra, cold. So, which side? It will be your right side hemisphere brain is more activated. So you may catch cold and all that, but calming and all that is needed if you are using your left nostril, Chandra Nadi. It's good. But you may get cold and, both are needed. Balancing is needed, Surya and Chandra. On the contrary, suppose you are breathing mostly on right nostril, Surya Nadi is activated, then your left brain. So see the qualities there. All. So more pressure, more blood pressure will be there, heart will beat. So all attendant problems, excess will happen. That's why we have to do a lot of Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama alternate. This is a basic minimum required. And without holding comfortable level, better. So holding pranayama real is cessation of breath. That is real definition of pranayama. Breath should stop. Somewhere stop means you are neither inhaling nor exhaling. It can stop anywhere, under kumbhaga, bahya kumbhaga, or in between also. Yeah. So that is why. So without knowing all these things, people just do breathing exercise. People call us exercise. It is not like a gym exercise here, what you are doing. Everything, there is a subtle meaning to it. So when we understand that, it becomes more and more interesting. So just like, preparation for a marriage, how much enthusiasm will be there. Like that now, we are traveling along for our own the divine marriage. That is yoga. Yujyate anena idi yoga. Union is yoga. So union of what? That is ultimate. Shiva and Shakti. If you don't want to call the name, okay, but still it is happening. That's all. But we have to identify. We have to say how to communicate. That's why all the name. Shiva, the pure consciousness. And see, she is kinetic, he is constant there, like that. Shiva is Jada, like that they say. So let us comfortably sit and do little Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. Before that, as usual, relaxing the body. For that, taking few deep breaths. You are inhaling, not just the air. Feel that cosmic energy, which is abundantly available everywhere, all around. Just invoke. She is giving that. It is her breath, Parashakti. As you exhale, you are throwing out all the tension, stress, and all the blocks, phobias, manias. Let go, let go, let go. Your Merudanda straight. Samagriva Shirokaya. Body should be moved before, and for meditation, body should become still. That is why Sthiram Sukham Asanam. Then energy to flow freely through all the channels, meridians, nadis. Let us cleanse Nadi Shuddhi. 5 cycles, minimum. starting from Ida. Exhale, empty. Then inhale slowly, deeply, fully. Kumbhaka for a while, comfortable level. Opening the right Surya Nadi, Pingala. Shunyaka, holding, then slowly, steadily inhale. Holding there, then opening the left. One cycle, continue to your own pace. Agartha Vyasambrakto Agartha Pradipattaye Jagadapidaro Vande Parvati Parameshwara. You are ready. You can follow the guidelines. Go to the sanctum of this temple.
Om. 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 Om